Nice to have you back on the show. Another letter, dear Stan and Beauties. I've noticed that lately there's a lot of sexual discrimination and sexual harassment, or if you went to another school, it's called harassment, happening to men, but nobody seems to take it seriously. In the latest Coke ad, a woman moves a petition so she can rub her body against a man standing at the Coke machine. If the roles were reversed, there'd be a public outcry. I've personally been in a situation where a woman has grabbed my penis and there was nothing I could do about it. Well, I tell you what, I would do something about it. I can tell you she grabbed me. Don't you think this is wrong? Rick the Dick on the email. Who's this? Fiona.
Really? Oh, yes, indeed. I don't think that the way to deal with the fact we've lived in a patriarchal society for so many years, predominantly patriarchal society, the way to address it is by reversing the situation of sexual harassment, and because we've been copying it for so long, reversing it on the men. So
What
I don't actually agree with
sexual harassment?
Well, I mean, as she's describing it here in this ad, I'm talking particularly in referring to this. Sorry, bloke. Sorry, bloke.
Bloke's been grabbed on the penis.
Yes, the bloke's been grabbed on the penis. I think because women have been, you know, dissed in a patriarchal society to the degree that we have, the way to address that is not by continuing it back to the other team, the other side. I think that's just sort of...
If the woman didn't grab his penis and just walked up to him and put her arm around him, would that be harassment?
Depends on the circumstances. I mean,
well,
it depends.
Just in a loving nature.
If he was
he goes up to her.
Oh, God,
I'm always the lucky one.
This is,
lucky me.
The head throw
Thanks,
in the
Rick.
dike. Okay, but he just does that.
Which one
Is that being harassing?
I think it entirely. I think it entirely.
Choose to ignore that, you bitch. Yeah, go on.
I think it entirely depends on context, and it's a really touchy sort of situation, and I think it depends on context and it depends on the circumstances. And I don't think you can make blanket decisions about it. I don't think that addressing, you know, inequalities by dissing the other team, I think it's just, you know, continuing poor values.
Renae, I have to say that if these laws were back in the 60s, I would have been in jail for life. I got to tell you,
sure.
I would have been in jail for life.
They should have laws about you now too.
No, but I'm very affectionate. I like to sort of, you know, put my arms around women. I like to sort of pat them. You know, the old days, I give them a sort of bit of a pat on the backside.
Men too, Stan? Do you? I mean, because you're
What do you
naturally
think I am?
such a, but you're such an affectionate little, pussycat. Why are you only affectionate to women? Why not to men too? I mean, they're human beings. If the nature of it is to give affection, then why don't you give it to everyone?
Because the person who I'm giving the affection to is usually the person who I'd like to take to bed at that particular time.
Well, there you go.
So I didn't want to take a bloke to bed. That's why.
That makes me feel ill.
Ah dear, who's next? Who's next? Ita. Oh, have you had your go yet? No, you haven't. Okay, go on.
I think, Rick out there, what are you complaining about? I mean, how often in your life are you going to be in a situation where a girl grabs you, you know,
have
in
you
the
ever done
jeans
that?
area? No, but I mean, I can't imagine doing it. I think this guy has got the wrong end of the stick. Excuse the pun. But, you know, I mean, enjoy yourself, Rick. How often is this going to happen?
Lie back and enjoy it?
Absolutely, and I am in love with those Diet Coke commercials. Don't you love them? Where the guy walks in with the Diet Cokes on his shoulders and all the girls are getting all excited and he's got the muscles rippling in. Yeah, this is great. The tables are finally turned on sexual harassment and it's great.
But if that was in the reverse,
what are you talking about? It's been the reverse for 100 years. For 100 years, women have been exploited and sexually
But if if a bird walked in with a can of Coke on her shoulders and, you know, moved the body around and all that sort of stuff, did all those suggestive things...
But what are you talking about? It happens out there now. Look at the ads for some of the pantyhose and the sexy legs and the revealing shots.
I'm shocked with some of those, as a matter of fact. Ita.
Well, Rick, there hasn't been a public outcry, has there? I mean, there simply hasn't been a public outcry except by you. So I'm just wondering if you're seeing something in that commercial that others aren't. And as for your penis being grabbed, why couldn't you do something about it? Yes. Where were you, in a cupboard?
No, because she had him in the squirrel grip.
Well, he could have fainted, he could have screamed, he could have said, get your hands off me.
You don't want the screw? Grab hold of your... That's when it is. Okay, Morsey.
Well, I'd like to ask Rick a question.
Please, go right ahead.
Were you dressed
Rick can't answer to you.
or undressed? I mean, I'm just puzzled how you can get to it.
Maureen, let me just explain it to you. Explain it to you. See, you can grab hold of a bloke like that, or you can actually undo his zipper and put your hand in the...
No, but I mean, he would have resisted all that.
I have to. Oh, yes. Yeah.
He would have resisted all that. I really need to know...
He would have resisted it.
Resisted it. I mean, he hated it.
Can I tell you, I would have just laid back and said, sweetheart, take me.
But he hated it, so I don't
What do
know
you mean?
how it can be done if he's dressed.
It can be done quite easily.
What
All right,
if he's
Gillian.
dressed? Oh.
Yes.
Got 3 words for Rick. Get over it.
That's it.
Get over it. Oh, that's 3 words. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
good.
a wanker, so I knew how to do that.
That's what you got your 2nd degree in, was it? No?
Yeah, I was
All
going
right.
to say that I have to declare a pecuniary interest here because my beautiful son is the creative director that does the Coca-Cola ads, the Coke ads in Australia. So I think it's great. I'll have to take his side on this. And knowing my son, he's got a great sense of humour, a great frame of reference, been brought up by a feminist. So I believe there's a lot of irony in it. So just relax and enjoy it.
Rick, you are a dick. Go and get yourself a life. We'll be back with more, and we're going to come back and talk about a young alcoholic woman.